Hello and welcome. This is Totally Not Experts. I'm Blake Matson. Today I'm learning how to bake a pie, and I'm no expert. So for those of you that are new here, this is the show where we try doing things we've always wanted to try doing and haven't for whatever reason. Today it's just me in the kitchen, and I am making an apple pie. For this video, I really wanted to follow along with Martha Stewart like I did with Bob Ross. I wasn't able to find any videos, clips, anything of her making apple pie. What I did find though was a guy on her website employed by her who was following one of her recipes, who was officially endorsed as her apple pie guy on her website. We're gonna use it. So I'm gonna switch between the written recipe and the video. I don't really bake. Shocker, right? I could have bought a pre-made pie crust, but I decided that's no fun, and if I'm gonna do it, I gotta make it from scratch. So I'm making the dough as well. Now, the recipe does call for apple cider vinegar, and I forgot to grab it. I do have Black Mission Fig Balsamic Vinegar. So I'm gonna try something a little bit different and add half a teaspoon of this instead of a full teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. Might be a terrible idea, but I think the fig might be nice and sweet. It smells good. Okay, so first thing we need is some flour, salt, and butter. Should I sift this? This is whole wheat. Do I have a sifter? Oh, and it calls for a food processor. I don't have one, but I do have a big old blender. That's the same thing, right? I think cooking's all about taking liberties, and I guess baking is cooking, so I'm taking liberties. Okay, that's 2.5 cups of flour. That's a lot. So we're gonna do this in the most painful way I could possibly. Half a teaspoon of salt, unsalted. This is salted butter. Pulse mixture until it resembles coarse crumbs. Fingers crossed. Maybe I should have put the butter in the bottom. Oh, I unplugged it from the wall. There we go. Oh. Our dough's coming together. Oh. We have two distinctly different colored doughs. So let's just mash them all together. Fuck, I just realized I didn't buy a rolling pin. I've got my dough pretty fucking good. I'm embarrassed just to have done that. So the dough sat in the fridge for over half an hour, but I don't know how to tell when it's ready. We're just gonna call it ready. Turns out I don't own a rolling pin, but what I do have is an empty beer bottle. So we're gonna use this as the rolling pin. That should be big enough. Oh, whatever, it's not touching the bottle, it's ripping. Okay. Sponsor me, Tapworks. Pie in the dish. It's a little wonky at the top here, but that's pretty good. Kind of lightly covered. I don't know if we need to cover it, but we're gonna cover it and put it in the fridge. That's a huge fucking hole. So yeah, it's just the top of the pie, so I'm not that worried if there's some cracks, right? You're supposed to cut some slits in it, so I'm trying to justify it that way. In the end, if anything, it'll just be a little bit ugly. Kind of like your mom. Pie top. I gotta prep some apples. So, there we go. Good enough. So next up apparently is some lemon zest. Now I don't have one of those fancy little graters, but this does have little holes on it. It's a cheese grater. It grates. I know I just shredded that lemon up, but I'll use that for dinner instead of just cutting it and squeezing it blindly. I'm gonna use
real lemon.
Yeah, we're just gonna do one. I'm complaining here about how long it's taking to bake and record, but what I really meant to say is I'm adding cinnamon. I think we'll just do two. Yeah, two and a little spit. So he said just a little bit, which is like, thanks. Uh-oh. What did he add? A quarter cup of flour. What do you think? Really getting those drips in there, huh? Oh, that picks up pretty easy. Okay, so somehow I have to line up these two crusts, pinch them together, and fold them under each other. I don't have enough dough to do that. I should have maybe rolled it thinner. But you saw how much I was struggling to roll it out? Or maybe you didn't, I don't know, because my camera kept crashing, so I don't know what actually got recorded. Look at that, blah, pie. It's, you know, took some liberties again. It's a fucking pie though. Don't you dare tell me otherwise. We're cutting vents. I guess we just lightly run this on there. Should I dig up another dead meme?
Man, it's getting hot in here. I hope you don't mind. I unbutton a couple buttons here.
Oh shit! I'm really happy with myself here. It might be a little bit crispy, and I didn't think about it, but maybe I shouldn't have cooked it now, but I wanted to cook it for you guys. But I also want this to be good for Christmas. So I might have to make another one. We'll see.
Again on the track.
Oh no! Oh no! I destroyed it. Fuck. That's really good. It's definitely a bit overdone. And I'd maybe use a little less lemon zest next time. But as you can see, it's obviously good. Hey, little pocket of salt, interesting. What are you gonna do? Sometimes your pie's salty, just like your goddamn team in Rocket League. I'd rate it a 7 out of 10. The pastry could be better. Everything else though is really good. I really like it. That'll pretty much do it for this episode of Totally Not Experts. This has been baking apple pie with Martha Stewart, sort of. I'm Blake Matson. Until next time, remember to be your own expert. Oh, and if you like this or whatever, subscribe, I guess.